I'm off to Darling, for a 136 kilometer loop from Darling out to Morreesburg to West, Malmesbury, and then back to Darling. It's about 70% gravel. First proper training ride for the 361 in May. Oh yeah. Also, in this edition of MAMIL TV, musings about the Cape Town cycle tour, about motor cars and road safety, and we'll see what adventures await us. Oh, Darling home. I think I may just have got a speeding fine coming into Darling. Hooray. So, we are solo today. And the reason we are solo is that Kun has cellulitis, if you'd believe that. Gilly, the young man, the youngest of us all, has a bad back. And Tamsin, the gorgeous one, is in Australia visiting her mother for her 80th birthday. Her mother's 80th, not Tamsin's. So it's MAMIL solo today. It's going to be hot. Here we go. So why Darling? Well, it's far from the madding crowd, which is a significant factor. I like to be away from the cars, which are increasingly dangerous as Cape Town expands and all the semigrants come down. The roads get more and more dangerous. It's actually a pet peeve of mine at the moment, so prepare yourselves for a little rant. I believe that the member of the mayoral committee for non-motorised transport is either inept or so politically hamstrung by our local government's emphasis on growth and economic development at the expense of all else, it appears. Make no mistake, I'm not opposed to economic growth. Of course, we have to develop means for people to make a living, but there's a whole lot more that goes into making a city viable. Politics is probably not why people watch this channel, and not mainly why I make it, but it is worth noting that more and more infrastructure is being developed and less attention is being paid to what in the Cape Town Cycle Tours magazine all of these politicians claimed was the natural beauty and cycling paradise that is Cape Town. I don't know which Cape Town they've been riding in, but it's not a cycling paradise. It is exceptionally dangerous. New roads are developed, new infrastructure put up, and not a single even nod towards cyclists and non-motorised transport is made. And this isn't just about lycra-clad middle-aged men like me. This is about making an urban landscape that works, commuting. You know, within 5 kilometers of my workplace there are 6 or 7 schools. In the mornings I see maybe 1, occasionally 2 kids riding bikes to school. Every single other child is in a car with a parent clogging up the roads. So it's hard to believe in the cycling paradise when standing on the corner of Lisbeck Parkway and watching 500,000 air-conditioned lounge suites queue to get into town. So anyway, my protestations about the political posturing in the editorial columns of the Cape Town Cycle Tour magazine. I did ride the event, my 10th one. Wasn't fit enough. Started at the back of 1E. I was dropped by the time I got onto the on-ramp, which I anticipated, having decided to start slowly. 1F came through, and I tagged onto the sort of mid-level of 1F through to Smith's, and then got dropped there, and then decided that it was time for a pain of chocolate and a coffee in Hout Bay. and then I rode the rest just for the geest of it. Thank you. Huh?
Are we on?
Yeah.
How are we doing?
You're looking good. The green is like today. Thank you.
What?
You're doing good as well.
Hello.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's an indication of just how many people do enjoy riding bikes. So we remember what the original cycle tour was about, 1977. You know, it was organized as the big ride-in to protest the lack of cycling infrastructure. And here we are, almost 5 decades later. And guess what? You know, if it was dangerous in 1977, in 2026, 49 years later, it's a whole other level. So in that regard, the Cape Town Cycle Tour is a success economically, and it attracts loads of visitors to the city, and there's no doubt about it, Cape Town is beautiful. But in terms of the ideas behind its inception, has it failed?
Upside down, don't know what's going on. I see you pass me by.
Have faith, brothers. Have faith.
Yeah, yeah.
So as I toil up a hill like this in 45-degree heat, reflected back off this relentless gravel, I comfort myself with the thought of all the adaptations my body is making, all the mitochondrial efficiencies, all the metabolic pathways cleaning themselves out, making themselves more effective, all of these adaptations in the muscles, and that kind of cliche of today's pain being tomorrow's strength gets me through, believe it or not. At least that's what I tell myself. Yeah, baby, I think that's the top of the hill. Like I said, have faith. Oh, it's not quite the top of the hill, so scratch that. More vascularization on the way. I know there's a descent on the other side. So it is that increasingly I find myself cycling out in the wilds, mountain biking. The Chica and I went camping and around Greyton. We did a nice mountain bike loop, including single track, that lovely descent, something about snakes I think it's called, back down into Greyton. Super nice, rough, blown out berms, a lot of fun. It is now 45.2 degrees on the Garmin, which is pretty damn warm, toiling away at a 2% incline. I must say, the camping trip with Tamsin, she impressed me on her hardtail Titan Spark, nitric Spark e-bike, riding those trails. I recognized the grin of excitement and I greeted her at the bottom of the trail. Well done, amazing.
Not quite the elegance.
Amazing. Good job.
My legs are tight.
You liked it. And when you think it's a year and a handful of months since she finished her chemo, it's good stuff. It's very good stuff. So damn hot. So hot. Oh yeah. Outside Malmesbury, slightly restored by a litre of ginger ale, a litre of water, an ice cream, some Pringles. Still with the engine in limp mode, just accepting whatever the terrain throws. Roughly, I don't know, 30 to the end. At least the mind-numbing heat is over. Now it's just holding on to the end, trying not to cramp. Mental training. Mental training. Just keep your head right, one pedal stroke at a time, and you'll get there.